Please subscribe. 3-push SUVs are a staple on US streets, and as vehicle purchasers keep on trading cars and minivans for the greater is better body style, the portion's just gotten increasingly significant. The 2020 Hyundai Palisade isn't the brand's initial 3-push SUV, yet it's unquestionably its best. In addition to the fact that Hyundai took a solid wound at the core of the 3-push SUV showcase, it's unmistakable the organization focused on a 1-2 punch with a comfortable Palisade Limited trim. It's so lavish, you'd think it was a Genesis. Throughout the following year of testing, we'll check whether the Palisade keeps on sparkling. How we spec'd it. The Hyundai Palisade is a fresh out-of-the-box new expansion to the automaker's lineup for 2020 and comes in 3 flavors. The chain of command begins with a passage-level SE trim, at that point and all the more well-prepared, so lastly the Limited. As I referenced, we settled on the Limited in light of its amazing extravagance for dollar recommendation. While customers will probably cross-shop the Palisade with setup adversaries, for example, the Toyota Highlander, Honda Pilot, Chevrolet Traverse, and Ford Explorer, the Palisade Limited's highlights list peruses a great deal like a SUV competing for Buick Enclave or Acura MDX purchasers. There aren't numerous additional items to browse with the Limited trim, basically everything comes standard, yet we tossed in a rooftop rack with cross rails and shading coordinating floor tangles that look premium. Our Palisade additionally utilizes the single powertrain offered over the whole lineup, a 3.8-liter V6 coordinated with an 8-speed programmed transmission. We likewise tick the crate for all-wheel drive, a $1,700 choice, however other Palisade models accompany front-wheel drive standard. The V6 uncovers itself as a smooth driving accomplice and the transmission is pleasantly tuned. There's 291 drive and 262 pound-feet of torque accessible, and up to this point, the Palisade hasn't had any issue escaping its own specific manner. It's flawlessly content with a nice driving aura, yet will surely hustle when inquired. The 8-speed programmed rapidly and easily finds the correct apparatus. Over our year, we should restore an EPA-evaluated 19 miles for every gallon city, 24 mile per gallon roadway and 21 miles per gallon consolidated. The assessments are directly in the ballpark for the Fragment and decent for the Palisade's sheer size. Up until now, I've accomplished the 24 miles per gallon gauge on the expressway, and after 200 or 300 miles, I'm crawling toward the 21 miles per gallon consolidated gauge at 19.9 miles per gallon right now. Presently, about the solaces. Our Palisade Limited is filled to the edge, and brand new, everything recorded as standard. The huge SUV accompanies 20-inch wheels, LED lights and bunches of outside bright work. Inside, it's a full-scale extravagance attack with genuine Napa cowhide, a microfiber softened cowhide main event, warmed and ventilated seats for the first and second columns and an adaptable surrounding lighting framework. Hyundai makes it excessively simple to reconfigure the back lines of seats with power controls, and there's even a force-leaning back capacity for third-push inhabitants. On the tech front, a 12.3-inch computerized instrument bunch is up front, and on its right side, a 10.25-inch screen handles infotainment and route capacities. Move-by-wire tech keeps the middle stack perfect and clean with a press-button gear selector, and there's a large group of dynamic security rigging and driver help highlights. Boss among them is Highway Drive Assist, which is powerful great, more on that in a moment. With our discretionary rooftop rack and floor tangles, our Moonlight Cloud Palisade rings in at $48,240 after a $1,120 gold charge. That is a great deal of SUV for under $50,000. Comfortable, geek. I became more acquainted with the Palisade on a trek from Detroit, Michigan back to my home close to Cleveland, Ohio, and was promptly struck by how agreeable the Palisade is to drive. Depend on it, the Palisade is a major vehicle, yet I slipped into its size with, well, ease. On the long interstate outing, Highway Drive Assist readily guided me and never crept too far to even think about crossing the line from accommodating to irritating. The slow directing data sources matched with the versatile journey control feels like a truly resolved bundle that I never falter to actuate when hopping on the interstate. There seems to be a smidge of a breeze whistle entering the lodge at higher rates, in any case. When home, I set the Palisade to work and stacked the SUV with different grass care apparatuses, which it happily gulped with the 2 columns of rearward sitting arrangements collapsed down. There's an astounding 86.4 cubic feet of room accessible back there. With respect to the plan, it's positively striking, and I accept the Palisade is best seen from the front or side. It's difficult to cherish the back when the Kia Telluride exists and looks more durable, however the front belt is remarkable positively. Extra focus is for Hyundai. A relative erroneously distinguished it as a Cadillac Escalade when I showed up for some standard yard work. Around town, the Palisade feels pleasantly arranged and does a strike into work taking care of weak streets that are under development. Potholes and splits once in a while scarcely advance into the lodge, and at the same time, the seats have a decent embrace for my casing. The directing is shockingly light for a vehicle of this size and helps make parking garages simpler to explore. In the event that anytime there's a "will it fit?" sort of thought, various camera points help give consolation. The computerized check show gives all the essential data I'd like, and to some degree hilariously reports the at present lousy Midwest climate, and the enormous 10.25-inch infotainment screen is too simple to utilize. Apple CarPlay is accessible through a wired association here, yet it's not all terrible since my iPhone sits easily in the capacity cubby where the remote telephone charger dwells. Indeed, Android Auto is incorporated, as well. So far, the Palisade's been a strong agreeable social, removing accomplice as 6-foot separated, carport pizza gatherings and social visits become another sort of ordinary. Watch this space. The Palisade will live in Ohio for 2 or 3 months before it makes a beeline for Michigan to handle the wet, moist, underground aquifer in summer months. We'll be watching out for this large apparatus' genuine mileage and would like to get a decent vibe for the general worth the Palisade speaks to. Obviously, make certain to inform us as to whether there's something explicit you need to think about the SUV. The floor is yours in the remarks segment.